Hi everyone, this is Chris. Welcome back to the channel. So just want to have a chat with you about saving and investing. And I also want to give a thanks to everyone in the community. We got a lot of new people coming in this month, and always appreciate you coming back for more. So I had to get some things off my chest. Every now and then I got to make these kind of videos because I get so frustrated with all the what I consider bad messaging out there. And let me tell you the first one. You turn on the TikTok, you turn on all your social media, and it seems like everyone's having the greatest life ever. Everyone's spending all of their money all of the time. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need to follow that kind of lifestyle. What I mean by that is, guys, when you first get started out, and I'll use the example of cars. Say you're in high school, you get this, a little beater car. It barely works, but it gets you from point A to point B. And kind of, your whole life, you're at that moment in time, at least in high school, you're thinking, you know what, when I get my first job, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get a brand new car. Guys, I completely know. I've done that thing and I know how it feels, because you get tired, right? You wanna upgrade your life, you wanna upgrade your living standards. I completely get it. So you do that. You get that first job, you get that new car, and then after a couple of years, you know what happens? You may get a promotion. And if you're watching the channel, hopefully you do, right? We all want a promotion. You get a little bit of raise, then suddenly you start, looking around your coworkers and you're like, wow, look at the other people at my level. Look at the other managers. Look at the other executives. Look at what they're driving. I need to match them, right? You have this peer pressure that you have to fit in. And essentially what's going on is that this is lifestyle creep. This happens to all of us, right? Essentially the basic gist of it is the more you make, the more you feel like you have to spend. And I really caution you on this kind of stuff. I caution you also to the stuff that you watch on TikTok or whatever. I mentioned TikTok because kind of our way our social media is constructed is basically you make a video every time you get something new, right? You totally get that. And so we're inundated with all of these people buying all this new stuff all the time. And you sort of feel like, gee, well, my life's not good. I don't have anything new to show all my friends. And it becomes a competition. Who can show, whatever new object or shiny thing that they have? And kind of one thing I want to stress with you guys is sometimes what you have right now is totally fine. It's completely good enough. And if you, go out and you buy that new thing, you're going to basically spend a bunch of money that you don't need to. Instead, what you could do, if you find yourself in a position where you make more money, and I hope that is your position, take that money, right? Because you've been doing fine on your old income, but take that money from the new income and start socking it away. Start saving it, start investing it, right? And this is sort of how you put yourself on the next level. And what I mean by that is this is what building wealth is. It's not necessarily, showing your wealth by buying new things. It's by socking it away and saving for your future. And also too, guys, this is real. The more money that you have saved up, the more money that you sort of have accumulated, the less stress you feel. I can tell you, it is a very real thing to where, just for example, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you have all these bills stacking up and you're just waiting for that, payday to come in, and then you pay all those, things that you owe, and then you feel like you don't have that much left over, that kind of feeling. It happens for different reasons. So for some, it's inflation, right? I understand that prices are going up quite a bit. For other people, it's also overextending yourself, right? You bought that new car, you bought that extra big house or whatever, right? And essentially you only planned to sort of live right on the edge of what you could afford. And what I'm telling you guys is if you can train yourself to be, okay, you know what? I'm okay with the lifestyle that I have now. Just I'm saying in terms of, living below your means. And if you have any extra money coming in every month, you start taking that money and you start socking it away. Don't fall into the trap to where you have to spend all of your money all the time. Now, this kind of stuff requires discipline. I won't lie. There's always something new and shiny that I want to buy. Trust me, there really is. Same with my wife, and trust me, I can tell you, she's always wanting to buy something new. And so what you have to do is sometimes you have to sort of take your ability to spend away from yourself. And I'll give you some examples. So if again, and I'm just talking to the situation, if you get a raise or something like that, go to your work and set it up so that they're taking more money out of your paycheck and going into your 401k. You want to max that stuff out, right? Or if you've already maxed out your stuff at work, right? Figure out a way to where you have it just, your account is automatically taken, money taken out going into investing, say, in the S&P 500, or buying some bonds or buying some CDs, these kind of things. I'm telling you is get that money out of sight, out of mind and sock it away automatically. There's different ways that you can do that, but I'm telling you, it's a really good way, because then it doesn't really like hit your checking account, and you don't think of that as, oh, that's my liquid money that I can spend. This is something that I've learned, is that you sort of track how much you spend every month and get used to that level of spending. And then everything else, just like, you know what, I'm used to this lifestyle. I don't need that other money. I'm just going to put it away because you don't need it. And what you're going to find, like when you're building up your wealth, and you have this, like, essentially accumulated assets that you've been building up over time, you will find you will weather the storms much, much better. Be it medical problems, this happens, guys. I get sick. Maybe a family member gets sick, maybe my wife gets sick, these kind of things. And this stuff adds up. You guys know this kind of stuff. I'm talking about medical. Could be any kind of, car accident that happens as well, or accident with your home. Point being is, the more money that you have saved and accumulated, the more that you can rest easy. I've seen it happen to just too many people that, yes, you might be fine right now. You might be totally fine, but you're living on the edge, meaning that you don't really save that much each month. You don't really invest that much each month. And if anything goes wrong in your life, you're screwed. I know, I hate to be me with like, you're totally screwed. I don't want to give the impression, but I want you guys to be thinking in a different kind of way, opposed to just keeping up with the Joneses all of the time. The other thing too that you want to be doing as well is hanging out with people that encourage you to save and invest, not necessarily hanging out with people that encourage you to spend all of your money all the time. And I know, I really know, guys, the temptations and the peer pressures are very, very real. And it could be any number of things. I'll give you a really good example of a serious peer pressure that people don't really talk about that much because it's uncomfortable. Let's say your circle of friends, it's time when people are getting married, right? That happens. And you might have friends that live all over the country, and you got to fly to this wedding, fly to that wedding, fly to this wedding. This is a real thing, and they're your friends. And I know it's not going to happen every single day, and you're not going to do this all the time. But what ends up happening is, let's say, and I've had this happen to myself, and I know other people have this experience as well. Let's say you have 4 weddings to go to in 1 year, something like that. And at each wedding, one of the friends, wants to spend and really splurge on either the bachelor party or the bachelorette party. And, you all kind of have to agree what would be appropriate, right? What's a comfortable level of spending? And there's always that one friend is like, you know what? We should take that bachelor party in Australia, right? or we should take that bachelor party in Switzerland. And some friends are okay with that, but other friends are like, that's like my 4th bachelor party day. I can't take 4 trips to Switzerland, right? And these are the kind of situations where it's extremely uncomfortable to just tell your friends, like, it's not appropriate for my financial situation. I can't swing that, and I'm sorry. And if they're truly your friend, they will understand. If they're truly your friend, even if they get upset, you just got to look out for yourself. Like if you put yourself in a situation where you feel like you have to take that trip for that special destination bachelor party or bachelorette party, and guys, let me know if you've had this or bridesmaid party, I should say, not bachelorette but bridesmaid party, but let me know if you had this kind of experience of like the peer pressure that you have to spend to match what your friends are spending. And give you another example. This is something that happened a lot when I was in LA. There'd be a friend that's like, hey, we're going to go have a party or a meetup at said bar, right? And if you've ever lived in LA, you'll know drinks can be really expensive, depending on which bars you go to. Sometimes it's like $20 a drink, $30 a drink, etc. I'm not making stuff up. It's like really, really expensive. And I haven't been back to LA. Maybe now it's $40 a drink for all I know. But I'll just say that when I was there, it was like $20 a drink, and that stuff adds up pretty quick. And you may have friends that want to like go to bar to bar to bar to bar to bar, and before you know it, you're out like $500. It's like, what the heck? And not everyone wants to spend all of that money all the time on alcohol, right? Myself included. I enjoy going out, I do, but I don't know. Sometimes when I see the prices of that kind of stuff, and I'm just like literally drinking it away, and going to the bathroom and pissing it away, like literally. I don't know. It's just, I don't like to. For me, like if I have extra money, I'm saving and investing it, or I'm using the money on things that will better myself, right? And I understand it's great to have fun, and I'm not saying don't have fun, guys. I'm just saying, you have to know what makes sense for you. You have to know what makes sense for your budget and stick to it, right? And again, hang out with people that don't put you in those kind of situations and get yourself out of those kind of situations. This kind of stuff, I hope you understand kind of where I'm coming from when I'm talking about. I've seen it happen to far too many people where they overextend themselves. And again, the more wealth that you've accumulated over time, and just keep doing that every month, make a promise to yourself, you will find that you'll live a much happier life and a much more comfortable life because you're not string out all the time. And if a tragedy happens, it's okay. You got the funds to take care of it. So that's my point of view on this stuff. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Let's keep encouraging each other to live healthy lives and financially healthy as well. So thanks again, and I'll catch you all in the next video.